And welcome everybody here in Twitch chat and everybody on YouTube for round 2. It's about to start. It says it's going to start in less than 1 minute. So it will be going on here. So we unfortunately lost our first round, but we're not out of the tournament. If we can still go 8, there's 9 rounds, lots of rounds today. If we can go 8-1, we will qualify for the next day. And 7-2 will probably qualify as well. 7-2 is kind of a toss-up of whether we will or not. 6-3, very, very small chance that we qualify at 6-3, but still a chance, I guess. But we're still going to be playing. We're going to be playing the rounds, having fun. These seasonal tournaments are always, really good practice and a lot of fun. So we got our 3 decks, of course, are Jarvan Lulu Shen, which is the deck that let me down in round 1, and then Renekton Sejuani, which got banned in round 1, and then Zoe Lux, which we won our first match with in round 1. So let's go ahead and see what happens. All right. So we only have 4 minutes. It used to be 5 minutes. All Targon decks. Yuck. Okay, so let's kind of take a look at these decks. What's this one about? So it's Nightfall, splashing for Culling Strike and Ravenous Flonk. But then Mountain Scryer, that does not look like a fun deck to play against. And this one definitely does not look like a fun deck to play against either. This looks like a pretty rough set of decks to play against. And then Zoe Lee Sin. Alright, well I think I'm going to ban 2 Veil Temples in the Zoe Lee Sin. And a Divergent Paths to find Veil Temple. Alright, I think we're going to ban the middle one. So let's go and write these down. So we have 1 Sketcher, 1 Thief, 3 Zoe, 3 Eye of the Dragon, 3 Guiding Touch, 3 Mountain Goat, 3 Noblify, 3 Pale Cascade, 1 Sparklefly, 1 Divergent Paths, 2 Hush. So I write them down in 2 different columns. 1 column for like spells on one side, units on the other. 2 Zenith Blade, 1 Bastion. And I know we could do the whole screenshot thing, but I like writing them down because then I kind of like know. I feel like I know their deck a little bit better after writing it. Okay. And now this deck. So let's see, 3 Duskbringer. Can't believe just 2 Flock. But they don't want to miss their allegiance. 3 Diana. 3 Pale Cascade. 3 Aphelios. 3 Hush. Gross. 2 Lunari Priestess. 3 Solari Priestess. 3 Mountain Scryer, Sunforger, Fangs. Man, and 1 Moonlight Affliction, so lots of Hush effects. And then 3 Star Shaping. Not going to be enjoyable decks to play against. Either one. I would have banned any of these decks over, over the Vladimir Braum that we banned the first time. Alright, they're banning that one. I think they're going to go Zoe Lee Sin first. I think they're doing this deck first. So I'm going to go with the Renekton Sejuani first. Oh no, they went with this deck first. No. Because this deck has 3 Hush and a Moonlight Affliction, so like those are all very good against the Overwhelms. Yeah, so that's not good for me. Alright, well, mulligan you 2. We'll keep Trapper and Renekton. Because, like, Battle Fury is like a big part of my deck, and that's not going to be great here against Hush, but looks like we're going to go with the Enraged Yeti plan.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
Oh no, I don't want you, Battle Fury. Maybe Battle Fury the Ruin Runner, that may be able to work.
Bask in her radiant blessing.
Maybe able to work.
No recourse.
I I am planning on just like getting these trappers in play as early as possible. So not playing Renekton this turn. We're gonna play another trapper because we want these. We want to be able to like throw down a bunch of enraged Yetis in one turn if we can.
Mountain changes. The charger chases stars across the sky. Over there.
So I'm not gonna block with the Omen Hawk because like I think they're telling me they have Pale Cascade with that attack. Wow. All right. Well, the next two cards are both enraged Yetis. I think I just go with this 7/5 Ruin Runner, or I could just go Trapper Sentry.
If they're out there, I'll spot them.
What once was two, now is one.
Siblings once were inseparable. I'm through waiting.
So we know they have a Pale Cascade.
I bow to no one. No further.
Insolence.
So they're probably going to use Pale Cascade here. Okay, using it on the elusive. So the next three cards in our deck are all enraged Yetis.
The charger is unyielding.
Sand and trouble far as the eye can see.
Chosen of the moon. An admirable leader.
Their deck has looked great.
Light the signal fire.
This Mountain Scryer making all these cost one less has been pretty great.
Chase what you want without mercy.
The strength of the sun and my faith are one.
I was hoping to make them waste a good amount of mana there. Yeah, but they also still have 4 Hushes in their deck. Yeah, maybe Omen Hawk block was not bad for forcing a Pale Cascade out of their hand, honestly. Maybe it wasn't bad. I was definitely hoping to face Lee Sin with this deck. Not this matchup.
You cannot hide forever, Nasus.
No exhaust. No, you know, we have the 3 exhausts, the 3 Ruthless Predators. Cannot find any of those. That's kind of the problem with Avaro's and Trapper. This is kind of shown the downside of Avaro's and Trapper with how it does kind of take away your draw steps.
Not stray.
Both Ruin Runners dead. Ooh. I wasn't exactly expecting that to work. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure what I want to Tavern Keeper.
We were peaceful once.
Saw that a mile away.
What will you have?
They only have one other flock, but that does allow them to hush this, but just in case it was the other flock. Why? That was the worst. My opponents played really well this whole game, and then they just suddenly did that. Like, what was the point of that? What are they doing?
My desert, my rules.
Just like the first round, though, we're really bad at drawing in the late game, right? Like, late game, again, yeah, see, they top deck Hush, one of the best cards in their deck. We top deck crappy 2-drop, crappy 1-drop, the cards that just don't do anything. We are really bad at drawing in the late game.
Mountain speaks to those who listen. Let's take this outside. Exercise caution.
You cannot hold us down.
Yeah, they should have this game. Drew both their Ravenous Locks, both Hushes. I just didn't have any interaction. This was a game that kind of shows the problem with Avaros and Trapper. Just didn't have any interaction. No, there's nothing I can possibly draw to stop this with the Spell Shield. Well, can I? Nope. Nope, that doesn't work. And we're still dead even if I could draw Battle Fury. Yeah, Targon cards are good. Targon cards are good. And an opponent knows that. Playing all the Targon decks. Do I want the Fangs? Really, the best thing Fangs... no, so I don't think so. We lost our first game with Renekton and Sejuani. We didn't draw a single spell with our Renekton Sejuani deck except for one Battle Fury, but we played against triple Hush, one Moonlight Affliction. They also drew both their Ravenous Flocks. They had good interaction. I had just a bunch of unfortunately had a bunch of Avaros and Trappers. So in the late game I drew 5 draws in a row that were either a 1-mana card or a 1-mana unit or a 2-mana unit.
Mystical levitation requires concentration.
Celestial power.
That Divergent Path is pretty cool. No. That's too bad. That would have been a good play. Yeah, and the Trapper... Yeah, so that showed the downside of Trapper, and especially like how we played our first Trapper, and then the first 2 cards were just other units, right? Like the Yeti was the 3rd card down, right? So it was the worst that we could get. Also the Trapper, so it really just made that situation look even worse.
One star's whoopsie is another spark.
those who listen.
Yeah, so they're playing the 2 spells so they can get the Dragling. And I wanted them to do that before Nopify, right? Like if I do this, they could have another Nopify.
Breathe in, breathe out. Like this.
Would I rather do this?
Floaty crystals.
Ready yourself. The sun is shining. We should too.
Could be good.
Force is meaningless without skill.
A pleasure to see you, Master.
Bleh. That's gonna be bad for me. Some of them are just gonna use 2 spells and give the Lee Sin a barrier. But no.
Into battle with hearts aglow. Paint your feelings. Your lesson begins.
No, that's the worst card for us to see because that gives them, you know, more spells for Lee Sin. The worst possible card. I guess the Destroyer? Yeah.
Pushing my limits.
Yeah, because the Destroyer has a spell shield. It's got that Overwhelm that, you know, I have all these gems kind of help out that Overwhelm also. So 1 Zoe down, 2 Eye of the Dragons down. A Mountain Goat. Or no, no Mountain Goats, but they're 1 Sparklefly. They have both their temples. They kind of have nothing besides this Lee Sin.
And here's where I paint my constellation.
Oh man,
Conflict
it's
is
again the
all
best
in
possible
mind.
card. Okay, I like the barrier, I guess, or maybe that's just a new Lux to play. I wanted to get the stun card with the Spacey Sketcher, so they played something first, I'd be able to stun.
Right, prepare yourself.
Still bounces. Lux. I guess if I would have played the barrier, it would have gotten a final spark. They have 2 concussive palm.
We can do this.
Why don't I have 1 more mana? Our opponents are running hot today. Alright, well that's both their concussive palms. Kind of exactly what they needed.
Begin in battle.
So unfortunately I'm going to be losing this. I really felt good going into this tournament, but it's just not my day. Not my day.
I see every move. I will not hold back.
Trickster never loses because Zoe makes them broken.
Yeah, I gotta draw another Hush. Nope.
My lands need me.
Losing is just an opportunity to shine even
I really had to win that Scouts game. That's kind of the lesson. That round 1 Scouts game, I really had to win that game. Yeah, we kind of, you know, like we said, like they just kind of had that Lee Sin, but the deep meditations, that was, you know, both, you know, the 2 deep meditations, found them the 2 concussive palms. Because so much of the rest of their deck just doesn't matter and just didn't matter, but they had, you know, they had those cards that did matter. Deep meditation, concussive palm. Got him. And of course find that Lee Sin, and if I don't go for, like maybe I just shouldn't have gone for my Celestial card, right? Like if I just play the barrier card to get the final spark and then play the other, you know, like I think maybe that's what I had to go for, is just try to get more final sparks, just play the Lux back again, and then just use all that mana that I used on that Celestial card, just use that on spells to try to get more final sparks, I suppose. Yeah, the Sunburst would have been nice. Yeah, that would have been nice, but I had to, yeah, I needed the, yeah, we had Sunburst, and then we had the 5 mana fight spell. I really needed that to go through, but they had to deny for the fight spell, right? Like that would have made a big difference, right? Because that fight spell would have generated a final spark also, and would have, of course, killed Lee Sin. You know, it's not always, sometimes your opponents have the cards. It's not always your day. I think both of my mulligans were good. I think I mulliganed correctly both times. Keeping the one Avaros and Trapper, you know, like hindsight, keeping the one Avaros and Trapper looks like a mistake, because all we did, you know, we just drew other Avaros and Trappers and all units besides one Battle Fury. No, you know, no exhaust or, you know, nothing to help out my Renekton, right? Like, but I think it was the correct mulligan. But unfortunately, with their spells, they drew, you know, a good amount of their spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they had 8 of their 13 spells that second game. And they were all very good. And I had one of my What? How many spells? I had 1 out of 13, and they had 8 out of 13. GG's. Yeah, we drew 1 out of 13 spells. They drew 8 out of 13 spells. Yeah. Yeah, I tried killing the landmark. I thought that was going to be a good play, but yeah, so, you know, they did have, you know, they were playing 3 Notify, 3 Deny, but yeah, they had that very timely Notify, the very timely Deny, that if they don't have either of those, I think we're in a really good spot. But not my day. Not my day today. So we're starting 0-2. Not the best start, but, you know, we'll see how the rest of it goes. All right, well, those are y'all on YouTube. You know, thanks for watching round 2 here. Sorry about another loss. You know, feel free to leave those comments, though. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed the tournament games. You know, it's a little bit different from our normal ranked games. Hopefully y'all are enjoying them. And, yeah, leave those comments and let me know how your tournament's going or anything about the games. All right, but thank you so much for watching round 2, and I will see you for the next video.